Time for school excursion around the universe. Collect souvenirs, try new food, and get ready to fend off some attacks in Cinco Academy.
And today we'll be teaching you how to play Space Hoppers Cinco Academy, published by Orbiter and Rover.
And hello everyone, it's Stella.
And Taryn from Maple University.
Alright, let's get to the classroom.
In Space Hoppers, players are students at the Cinco Academy, going on trips or space hops in search of souvenirs. Players will assemble and build on a crew before going on encounters in the hopes of earning the souvenirs they'll need, while using the special powers on their monkey wrenches to try to turn things in their favour. It's a race for the best, and the first player to gain 5 souvenirs will be the winner. Space Hoppers is a card game played with 5 decks of cards, and you can simply play them with the decks or with the add-on board, which I will be using in this video. Shuffle each of the 5 decks face down and then place the encounter, monkey wrench, crew and souvenir decks in their slots. In the case of the hop cards, deal a single one face up into the shared hop space and return the rest to the box. This card has a unique rule which will apply to everyone throughout this game. There's also a helper card which shows the direction of play, which can change throughout the game, and a space for the encounter discard. Keep the modifier tokens in a general supply for later use. Each player now draws 4 crew cards, 1 souvenir card, and 2 monkey wrenches, placing the crew and souvenirs face up in front of yourself and holding the monkey wrenches face down in hand. Choose a first player and you're now ready to play. Space Hoppers is played in turns. To begin your turn, you may optionally replace one of your monkey wrench cards. Return it to the bottom of the monkey wrench deck, draw a new one from the top of the deck, and, if appropriate, you may now play that card immediately for its text effect. Anytime a player plays a monkey wrench, discard it to the bottom of the deck and immediately draw a new one. However, you are limited to playing at most 1 monkey wrench card per turn. Next, the active player must draw, resolve and discard an encounter card. Most of these are ways of gaining souvenirs, as well as some other game effects, like gaining crew or changing the direction of play. This one, for example, is simple. You would first pick a souvenir, meaning to draw the top card from the deck and add it face up to your collection, followed by playing one of your monkey wrenches. However, it's more likely that your encounter will only give you a souvenir, conditional on whether or not your crew meets a certain objective. In most cases, these will be based on your crew's 6 attributes: language, steam, history, navigation, empathy, and bravery. Here, for example, I'll get a souvenir if my combined history score is 10 or more. Here it's 15, so I get the souvenir. Some look at specific crew rather than the group. Here I'd need any single crew member with an empathy of 4 or more to gain a souvenir. Some encounters look for specific types of crew. Here it would be a teacher, coach or librarian, and you'd look at the information in the top right corners of your crew to determine whether or not you qualify. Some encounters look for specific named crew. For this one, you'd specifically need to have Headmaster Ilaris Ko'o in your crew. Many encounters allow you to swap or gain crew, and this is one way to build up your crew for future encounters. Finally, be aware that some encounters have negative effects rather than positive. In this case, my combined steam score is 10 or less, so I would lose a souvenir rather than gaining one. Once the encounter's been drawn, but before it's been completely resolved, first the active player and then the next 2 players in current turn order sequentially have the option to play 1 monkey wrench card. As we saw before, this involves playing it, resolving the effect, and then discarding it to the bottom of the deck and redrawing immediately. Many of these allow crew to be manipulated. For example, the active player may gain or swap crew to try to meet the encounter's objective, while other players' monkey wrenches may discard or try to swap crew from the active player. Only once all 3 of those valid players have had the chance to play a monkey wrench card do you determine whether the encounter is resolved or not. There are also many monkey wrenches which are simply resolved with no impact on the current encounter. Once an encounter is resolved, positively, negatively, or not at all, discard it and play moves to the next player, which could be clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on the actions that have been taken. During setup, one hop card will be revealed, and it will have one or both of 2 types of impact on play. Many result in an increase or decrease to a certain skill. Here it's Steam and Bravery, meaning, for example, that this crew would collectively have 21 Steam and 10 Bravery instead of 15 and 4. They may alternatively increase or decrease skills based on the type of crew. Here it's students and teachers getting +1 to all 6 skill types. Where these are in play, you can use these hexagonal tokens to remind yourself when skills are improved. The other hop effect is that a certain type of souvenir may be worth double or half towards final scoring. Remember, your aim is to be the first to collect 5 souvenirs. If this hop were in play, food and candy souvenirs would count double, and so this would count as a winning 5 souvenir set. Likewise, with art cards halved under this hop, even this would not be enough to win the game. As soon as one player gets to 5 souvenirs and survives until the end of their turn without another player taking one of those away with a monkey wrench, the game ends immediately and that player is the winner. Space Hopper's Cinco Academy offers a number of different variations on how you can play. During setup, instead of dealing crew out randomly to players, you can do a draft, placing all the cards face up on the table and then going round the table one at a time, drawing crew until you have 4. You then gather up and shuffle the rest to form the deck. You can play the boosted crew variant, where the last crew member you get in setup gets a +1 modifier, which lasts for the entire game, unless you lose the card, in which case that boost does not carry over to any other player who takes it. You can play multi-hop mode. Instead of dealing a single shared hop, each player gets a random face-up personal hop of their own around which to base their strategy. You can play a game where the monkey wrenches have greater chaos. Instead of only the active player and the next 2 players being able to play a monkey wrench in order, you make it so that every player can play a monkey wrench and in any order. If you're playing the 6-player game, then the threshold for victory is 4 souvenirs, not 5. And there are several more ideas for variants in the game's rulebook and website. And that's how to play Space Hopper's Cinco Academy. And do check out the game's page, we'll put a link to that in the description below.
And thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, let me know and share this video if you enjoyed. And have a great day. See you next time.